25-year-old journalist Cleo Lottering has type 1 diabetes. She was diagnosed at the age of 1 year and 3 months old. She says that she used to suffer from seizures at night, acute cases of tonsillitis, and ongoing fever. It was when her mother took her to her doctor that he diagnosed her. Lottering had to learn the responsibility of living with diabetes at a young age when she had to take her medication at the age of 4 and learn how to manage her sugar levels and live with this chronic condition.
I was dependent on others to help me. I couldn't speak to say I'm not feeling well or I've got a headache. So as time went by, and with the support of my mom and my diabetic practitioners and my dad, I learned how to cope with my condition. And I've been injecting myself since I was 4 years old at school. And I actually used to get bullied a lot because I have diabetes and I was different from other children. So it was a very difficult process for me growing up. And it took me years to accept the fact that I have diabetes.
Lottering says her condition is very stressful. She has been diagnosed with major depression in the past. She says she felt that it controls every area of her life.
When I'm stressed, my readings go up. If I inject too much, my readings go down. Just the day, overall, my mood, my hormones, everything affects diabetes. And when I was younger, I would often hear people say, oh, you got diabetes because you ate too many sweet things, or you didn't look after yourself, which is not the case with type 1 diabetes. It is very difficult, and it's actually sad to see that the younger generations, younger children are also being diagnosed with this condition. So you need to have a good support system. You need to have good doctors. Like my doctors have been with me since the age of 4. So I've got specialists that are supporting me on my diabetes management. Another thing diabetics are prone to is diabetic burnout, which is where they feel it's the same process every single day. I need to test, I need to inject, I need to take medication. So it becomes overwhelming for them in that sense, to the point where they actually don't test or they don't inject because they just cannot handle the stress any longer.
36-year-old Dr. Tulisa Kopele, a medical doctor based in Gqeberha who graduated from the University of Cape Town in 2017 and works for the Nelson Mandela Bay Health Department, says that diabetes is a metabolic condition where a person can't control the blood sugar levels in their body.
The issue with diabetes is that the once the body breaks down the sugar in or the carbohydrates into its pure components, our body can either not absorb it optimally because we don't have insulin, or our bodies can be resistant to the insulin that we do make, which means then that the sugar that we have broken down that we need for energy cannot be used by the body because we can't absorb it.
Dr. Kopele says early diagnosis and treatment are very important, as the longer a person goes undiagnosed, the greater the risk of them developing complications. Complications are related to elevated levels of sugar in the blood, causing problems with the blood vessels.
You can get things like stroke, you can get issues with the eyes where they start not being able to see properly, you can get heart attacks, you can get kidney failure, and then they also have problems with the nerves, which is why you find them that they can't feel with their feet. That will lead them to getting sores. It's a whole process which can then lead to them. You'll find a lot of diabetics, some of them have been amputated. It's not so much the diabetes that has caused the foot to die, but it causes numbness in the feet, and then you can't feel when you have a sore there or blister there. And because there's high levels of sugar in the blood, that predisposes the bacteria. It's easy for them to grow because there's sugar. Then that makes them the foot rot even further, and then that's when we have to unfortunately amputate it.
According to Dr. Kopele, diabetes is a lifestyle disease and treatment with medication is just one aspect of it. Another important part for diabetics is changing their lifestyle through incorporating exercise, drinking water, and utilizing a specific type of diet. However, Dr. Kopele recognizes that this can be difficult for lower income households.
The things that are cheap are the things that are very high in sugar, and they are affordable to a majority of people. If you think of things that are low GI foods, those things become substantially more expensive than, like I said, these processed foods that are easy to get. So that becomes quite difficult then to try and to tell a patient who has a low socioeconomic status, maybe is not even working, maybe is dependent on the 350 Rand grant that they receive, or the child grant, or the old age grant, which aren't substantial themselves, to tell that person that they have to now change their diet to suit the condition becomes substantially difficult, and it makes it that much harder for us to manage.
With early diagnosis being so important, Dr. Kopele has highlighted the importance of regular checkups and pleads that people not be discouraged by long clinic or hospital lines. Reporting for MPK TV News, I'm Taron Welman in Gqeberha.